You're listening to Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris. This is a podcast where we take the time to reflect, embrace our past, talk about life, or just sit back and laugh. You'll get a front row seat of what it's really like to be in our group chat. Let's start the show. Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris. Today we are going to ask the question of, do you have an internal light switch of when you want to be sociable? And how often does it come on? And do you satisfy it when it does? But first, we have a this or that coming from Toya. Is it this or that?
Is it this or that? Okay. Or would you rather?
Or would you rather?
Dang it. I lost it. Hold on. Okay. Would you rather, wait, is that how that sound? Would you rather be always stuck in traffic but find a perfect parking spot, or never hit traffic but always take forever to park?
Oh gosh. I'll take the forever to park.
Never hit traffic.
Oh, wait a minute. Forever. No,
but what's forever?
Yeah. Because then sometimes forever to park, I'll leave. Like, I'll just be like, I'll come back.
Yeah, but you always gonna, it's always gonna take you forever to park.
Yeah. No, hold up. So is it like forever? So forever is forever.
Forever is forever. So you just ride around in Target parking lot, just circling the block.
Let's just put like 30 minutes on
30 minutes every time you go somewhere, but no traffic. That makes sense.
Okay, so 30 minutes to find a parking spot versus 30 minutes in traffic too?
Always stuck in traffic. We can do 30 minutes. Always stuck in 30-minute traffic.
Oh, Jesus.
I think I'm going to go with the traffic.
I'm going to take the
park. Because I can zone out when I'm in traffic, kind of. Mm-hmm. If I'm trying to find somewhere to park, I got to really focus on like seeing who's pulling out, and then, parking lots, and our car just got hit in a parking lot. So
I can't believe you're going to say that, Krista, as small as your bladder is.
That's what I was like, that's what I was thinking about. That's
but
what
either way,
that's true.
I'm
that's
still
true.
Stuck. I mean, I can always just wear it. Depends.
Yeah. Because either way, you could just get out and squat somewhere. No, I'll have to do. I can't sit that long. I don't know. That's a hard one.
It is, especially when you put a time like 30 minutes.
30 minutes for both of them is still, to me, like that. 30 minutes of parking though. After I'm gonna go home. Like I'm just like bump it, but traffic you can't go nowhere.
Here's a workaround. If you have somebody with you, they can drop you off and find parking.
See, that's what I was thinking about too. Like, I'll pick somebody up. Be like, you drive around.
All right, you drive around for 30 minutes.
Let me go in and get what I would get.
Or if you go to the store that got curbside and drive up.
You don't need a parking spot.
You don't need a park.
Well, then that wouldn't be the question, y'all.
Hey, listen, we got to find a way to get around.
We're moving the goalposts. See, we're moving
you are.
That's not fair.
You are.
Yeah, we can't do that. Stick to the question. See, I don't like conflict.
Okay, well, Toya, what about you?
Oh, I'm gonna take forever to park.
Yeah,
I don't even sit in no traffic if I can help it. Traffic gives me anxiety. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
I get nervous.
I mean, but you're technically in traffic when you're trying to park. Because think about Target's parking lot. Think about the line. Like you think about University. You got Target, Chick-fil-A, and
but
Starbucks.
It's just me having a hard time to park. Not everybody. It's only me.
But no, it's gonna still be traffic in the parking lot.
But why?
Because if it's not traffic, then you'll have a parking spot.
But after 30 minutes, though, you can leave.
I can park wherever I need to park.
What if the traffic extends past 30 minutes? You can't go nowhere. That's my rationale.
Extends past 30 minutes.
Huh?
What if somebody keeps beating you to the spot every time?
Then that's when that road rage comes out.
That is funny.
I'm no longer
man.
avoiding conflict then. I'm initiating it.
Yeah. I'm gonna just be like, Lord, please give me a good close fucking space.
Well, I'm just,
That'd be my prayer now.
girl.
Especially
See,
if I just gotta run in.
Man, I have the habit now of I only like to park beside the cart station.
Uh-huh.
More
'Cause
so
it's easy
because
to-
more
yeah.
with Nala and like I don't like to. It's just easier for me
It
to do
is.
it that way. I have to
Yep.
pick. I'm like, where is the cart station at? Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 2 rows down from the store. If it's a free one, I'm going to that park.
No, that makes sense. That makes so much sense.
Our experiences can kind of shape our answers because Xavier is the type, he will park way far away anyway. He's one of those who'll park in the back of the store just to not have somebody park beside him. And then every time somebody parks beside him,
hot boy, like
it'd be so many other spots. And he'd just be like, out of all the places you could have parked, you parked beside me and I parked way back here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the traffic because number one, I'm used to walking by this point. Number two, I'll get some extra steps in and close my ring.
So, yeah.
Well, that works.
Yeah, I'm gonna say never hit traffic, but always take forever to park.
Yeah. That's my final answer.
Yeah.
Never
Me
hit
too.
traffic.
Okay.
All right. So who wants to answer the question first? Do you have a internal light switch of when you want to be sociable? And how often does it come on?
Sure.
I'll go.
Okay, go. You can go, Lex.
I definitely have a switch. And when it comes on, I do like to fulfill it because it will nag at me. Like I'll feel like I am suppressing something of myself, or I feel like I'm missing out. But as soon as I partake in a sociable moment, I'm good. And it typically comes on like once a month. So sometimes longer. But I definitely have one. And it's like a really loud voice, like be around people.
Like it's time
Be
to
around people. Yeah. And then once I do it, I'm like, oh, that's all I needed. So when I used to, just a little fix. But when I used to suppress it, it created a lot of anxiety of like, I felt like I was missing so much of life and not really understanding why I was missing it. Not to say I needed to go out to like certain things. I just needed to be around people. And it took me understanding what that feeling felt like just go have dinner or go to lunch or go meet up with somebody at a park or go to a friend's house. Something just that simple. And then once I do it, I'm A-okay. Like,
does it matter like the social setting, or does that vary like each time? Like is it like a certain type, or it's just a social setting? It don't really matter where or who.
Sometimes I have had those feelings of I want to be around a lot of people. And it just be weird because I don't mingle. Like I don't come off as mingling first. Like I will eventually, but up front, first impression, you will find me sitting by myself. So it'd be weird when it happens because I'm like, dang, I want to be amongst people. And that's like more than 5, more than 10. And then so I'll find something that fits that but won't overwhelm me. And then it'll go away. And then sometimes it's just like, oh, I just want to go get dinner. And I just go do that.
Gotcha.
So mine's varies.
Varies. Yeah.
What about you guys?
I think mine comes on when I actually go do something. I don't know that it necessarily comes on just like Zay and I had that conversation not too long ago. Like, I am okay with being at the house. Like, I'm just okay. Even before I got married, I was just always okay with being by myself, like going places, going out to eat or whatever. But like when we hung out a couple of weekends ago, I was like, yeah, I didn't realize I needed that, but I did. So I think mine is kind of, it does flip on, but it flips on while I'm like in the midst of it. And then I realize, okay, you need to probably do this more
Do.
often.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, and of course, like afterwards, I was just like, yeah, um, that was necessary, and it definitely like fulfilled something that I didn't necessarily know that I needed. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Do you think if you planned it, it will have the same feeling versus it happening, you feeling like you needed it when you're in the moment versus if you were like, I need to do this more often and you planned it to happen? You see what
Um,
I'm
I don't
Well, we kind
know.
of planned ours.
It was plain, yeah.
saying?
Because I'm even thinking about when I went with my sister-in-law to do the A&R workshop. Um, like there were plenty of like almost I wasn't gonna go because that well, especially around that time, I had a ton of like work to do. Um, and so I think most times like I kind of let get in the way, like the fact that I know I have stuff I need to do.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, it's okay. I'll go at some point. But the fact that I went, even with her, I sent that same message like, man, I did not realize that I needed to be
Mhm.
here. Um, so I think, and that was planned. So I don't know. I just think even still, like even when it's planned, because half the time I still just be like, I don't want to say it's forced, but I'm just still like, okay, if we don't go.
Well, maybe also not necessarily like plan the event, but like plan to say I want to be around people. You see what I'm saying? Like how I said,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
um, I actually will say I want to be around people. Like if you actually said that versus if it's a planned activity or not, do you think it will have that same organic feel of you like, oh my God, I really needed this? And
Gotcha. Um,
based on what you said, I don't think it would. I think
mm,
you being in the moment, realizing it seems more organic to you
yeah,
versus
I think so. Yeah.
you saying
Yeah.
it, prior, like, dang, I need to be around people. And you're like, oh, that don't even sound right coming out my mouth. But when you in it,
Mhm.
it's like,
I needed
dang, I
to be
really
around
needed
people.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how
Yeah.
I interpreted it.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
hmm What about you, Toya?
Girl, no, leave me by myself.
It's just like if it happens, cool. But
If it
if it don't,
no,
okay.
so on a serious note, I do love being by myself, like in the
Hmm.
sense of my social clock being off. Like I am okay. But there are times when like my mood shifts and I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to be around people today. Like, cause I
Hmm.
feel
Mm-hmm.
depression coming on or whatever the case may be. So I'd like to resolve that issue before it gets too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I got to get out the house today, or I'm gonna go out tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just naturally a homebody. For those of y'all
Yeah.
who don't know, who has not learned that about me yet, I love my home.
Yep.
I can be here all day, every
Every
day.
day.
I have no issue being in this house by myself.
Not Mr. B.
Not one issue. But, you know, every now and then it's good to kind of go out or whatever. But
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, it's going to be a planned event, whether, I mean,
Girl, by 10 times out of 10 for you.
meaning I'm going to plan, like, I don't usually just wake up and be like, I'm going to go do this today. I mean, every now
Yeah.
and then, but it's very rare that I just be like, oh, I'm going to go do this today. Usually, if I get up, I've already had whatever I'm going to do today. I've already had it planned. So it's just like, oh, yeah, I got to work today, or I got to do this. Every now and then, like this past weekend, I did have stuff planned, but then it was such a nice weekend. I was just like, oh, I'm going to get out this weekend. Um, so, I just went and hung out with family or whatever. But yeah, but most of the
Changes it up.
time, I'd be okay. And I ain't
Yes.
even got to be, I mean, good conversation is always a plus for me. Quality time is always going to be a plus for me. So I always enjoy it whenever I do like hang out with friends or family. But usually when that meeting is over, I'm like, okay, that's my fellowship for the month, at least 2-3 weeks. And I don't have to talk to anybody else for a while. Verbally communicate. Like,
Right.
I'm
And
good.
physically in front of people.
Yes. Like I am good with that. Like,
Yeah, last week I actually met up with some friends for lunch in Archdale, and so the drive was 45 minutes, and then I was there with them for an hour, and then I came back another 45 minutes. When I got home, I was so exhausted. I thought about you, Tori, when you had to go in the office not too long ago. I was just like, how did I do this every day? Like,
how was I doing this every day?
I mean, and it was a good time, you know.
Yeah.
It was great. It was just, I was drained.
I
I
don't
was
know.
drained.
I seriously do not know how we did that every single day, like working in an office setting. Like, I don't know how. I don't know
It's
how.
probably why we were always so tired.
Probably.
We didn't, it was normal though, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was just normal. But now that you haven't had to do it, it's just like, man, because you know, you kind of, I mean, you can still you can decide not to talk in the office if you want to. But usually you're gonna just do it, you know,
Yeah.
just help time pass and whatever else. But you know, when you at the house, you just be like, I don't have to say anything if I don't want to, you know. Yeah.
Just be your own zone working. Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
granted, I can't be silent. Like I have 1-year-old Xavier,
Yeah.
of course, but well, he's he's working like 8 hours a day, so
It's
I'm still
hard
talking
though.
to Titus, but for the most part, I'm just you're still in a sense just to yourself, you know, like yeah.
At least you don't have to talk as much when you're at home. You know, like when you go in the office, like you can't, if somebody comes, you know, to your space or whatever and starts talking to you, especially if they haven't seen you in a long time, like they'll just be talking, you know, trying to catch up or whatever. And then you feel like, oh, I have to ask them about their kids and their family. And now we got to have this long conversation. And it's just like, Lordy, can I just go home?
Yeah.
Can I just go home? Like, I'm
That's
exhausted.
how it was when we went in the at home store. And that lady caught me on that aisle. And I'm like,
but Lex, you were at home.
I was at home having to talk.
She was
and just kept going. And I'm like, I just want to back.
And then she followed you.
Yeah. That was not pleasant. I think, you know, I don't think mine didn't get like this until I became a mom. Because I didn't have that freedom gets taken away of when you can just stop and do what you want to do. Like, what was it? That weekend we went out, that was my first weekend without Nala, but being in my own home. And not having another person with me as well. Like that was my first time like being by myself in 5 years. And I was just like, what do I do? Like I was legit lost. Like I didn't know what to do. And that felt so weird. And I was like, dang, I really don't have to talk, you know, and I really didn't have to talk prior, but you know, of course you have a kid and you do have to talk. But that weekend I was just like, I ain't gotta say nothing. Like literally
nothing.
Nothing.
Like I gotta tell everybody go to bed, go take a bath. Like,
and that was so weird, you know, because I had my the first time she was with her dad, I was still with my parents, and it was still weird, you know, and I was just like, okay, I ain't gotta get a bath, I ain't gotta put her to bed. And then, you know, even my mom and dad were like, you don't want to go anywhere? No, I'm actually fine. I mean, I'll just sit here and watch TV. And I'm like, Alexis, go do something. No,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Like I
Yeah.
don't like that's not even my norm. And then I was like, that's not even my personality just to just be out and about because I never did it before. Even when I was living in Charlotte, it still was hard for me to go out and venture out because I'm just like, I like being at home.
Yeah.
Or I like stuff where I can just do it by myself. I don't need other people to do it. But now it has shifted. And I'm like, I think it was just because I've been isolated for so long. I'm like,
yeah,
I need some social interaction, just a little bit. But
you know, it's crazy how like I don't mind doing stuff by myself, but it's certain things that I refuse to do by myself. Like it's certain like activities that I'm like, I need somebody to go with. So
like
I just
what?
won't go. Well, you know, I'll eat by myself. Like that ain't nothing. But just like fun stuff, kind of like I'll go shopping by myself, but like fun activities, you know, because you kind of feel like you can go bowling by yourself, but it's kind of weird for me to go bowling by yourself, you know. For me,
it's so much fun.
I don't think it would be fun. I need a break. I don't want to just, you know what I'm saying? It's just
but that's when you can take one. You can bowl at your own.
Yeah, but I would rather me take a break because you're bowling, not because I just decided to sit down.
That is true.
You get through a game real quick, boy.
Right. You get your money's worth. Your arm gonna be hurting too. I think when I went by myself, I think I bowled like 3-4 games and my wrist was hurt. I was trying
to, you know it.
How did you do that many games?
Because I was just thinking about, I was like, I got an hour, so let me do what I need to
do what you,
and didn't think about the wear and tear of what it would do to my hand. And then I tried to do it.
I got a good one game in me.
Yeah.
If I play two, like the first game is always the best, and then just downhill from there because my wrist be gone.
Yeah.
I think I did it when Nala started going to school because I was trying to get back acclimated just to doing certain things by myself. So I went bowling, and then one time I went to the batting cage, and it's like it was very liberating. I'm not someone that has to do, like, I'm like the opposite of Toya. I can do stuff with people, but I don't even care. I'll just go.
Yeah,
it's
some
weird.
Stuff
but...
I just feel, right, and that's the thing. I'm like, I don't be wanting to be looking like no weirdo, but I mean, I see people doing those things, but just for me, I just be like, no, I would rather do that with somebody else. But or even like vacation, I can't see me ever vacationing by myself. Wait, like out of the country type vacationing by yourself, you know, I couldn't.
I get sweats and anxiety
just thinking about
like
that.
when my very first flight was to South Korea to study abroad in 2011, and I went with my good friend Sharice. Well, when I started working at Hayfly, I had to go travel for work, and that first time that I had to fly by myself and be in a, like, I went to New York a couple of times by myself, Chicago, Vegas, Florida. Man, when I tell y'all, like, that was the worst anxiety in the world.
Really?
Yes. I mean, of course, like, I felt accomplished, like, once I got to the hotel. I'm still alive. I made it.
Right.
I did it. But it was just, I would dread it. You can ask Xavier every time. I'd be like, man, I don't want to do this. I do not want to go. Can you go? Even matter of fact, one time I was like, bro, can you take off a couple of days and come with me to Pennsylvania? Because I don't want to go by myself. And he came with me. He just hung out in the hotel the whole time while I went to the shows and stuff. But I'm with you with that traveling by myself.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I can do it. It don't bother me. I probably won't do it as much now because things is just really shifted.
Yeah.
But before, send me.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Especially if I'm just I couldn't do it. I at least need one other person.
One. Like
I don't need like a group of people to go, but I at least need one person.
Yeah.
I guess that's where it makes you have to be sociable if you go by yourself.
Not
Because I
me,
think I
girl.
saw where I initiated conversations that I would not normally do if I was in a comfort area. But because I didn't know anybody and I didn't want to just always sit off to the side, I didn't mind initiating like, hey,
Yeah.
Well, I sat off to
hey.
the side and I
I would have
waited
been
for
about
people to come
off to the
talk to
side
me.
in the pool somewhere.
Like, I mean, I had to, a lot of them were shows. So I had to, like, talk to people as they came up, but I waited for them to come up. It wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
go up to somebody. And I mean, and a lot of times, like, there would be other, like, the reps and stuff would be like end up there. But even with that, like, you can come talk to me, and I will talk back, but
But
no,
initiating it.
I'm just ready to go home.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
it's like one of those things. Once it happens, I can take a lot of time off from people. Like a lot of
Yeah.
time off from people.
Yeah.
I can go weeks. Like I remember in college, like hearing how some people were like, they had to call their parents like multiple times that day or that week. And I was like, oh, I must have a horrible relationship with my family because I talk to them like once a month. Like it was just not my norm to do that. And even with being an adult, it's still not my norm to do that. It'd be weird if my mom called me every day. I'm like, what is wrong? Like I don't understand. Or even if they texted, I'll be like, this is too much. I need some distance. So
It would be weird if my mama didn't call me every day.
I was about to say, it'd be weird if my mom didn't. Good guy, she called few times a day.
I talked to my mom a few times a day. I talked to my mom like all day.
I can't. I'll be like,
yeah. But
okay?
Alexis. But in that same breath of thinking about college and your time, so I have a similar yet different situation. So my freshman year, I went to UNCG. So I was like 15 minutes from home. I went home every weekend. So mine was like getting away from people at the school, going back home. But it was going to my family, of course. So I guess similar but different, kind of in terms of like you're good with just your distance from them. I was good with my distance from people at school. Take me back to the house.
Yeah.
And I literally, my mom, she would come pick me up on Fridays, and some mornings, sometimes I would beg her to take me back on Monday mornings before she went to Chapel Hill. So she would double to Greensboro, from Wixit to Greensboro to Chapel Hill, because I wanted to be home. I didn't want to. Yeah.
Interesting. I maybe that's what really kind of broke me a little bit with being because going far away.
Yeah, you were like 4 hours, right?
Yeah, and not having the access to always come back home. It's just kind of developed that wedge. Because even coming back temporarily, I was like, I can't stay here. Like, I just got used to not seeing everyone or not having to share my life as much. Like if I did, I gave it to you in my social setting and when I wanted to share, and then that's it. So it's like, till next time you will get more updates from Alexis. So and then being in Charlotte, it was the same way,
Yeah.
So it was, I don't know, it's interesting. But once I have it, I'm good for like 2-3 months. Like now I like have no desire to be sociable at all. I think my housewarming did it.
Like, your housewarming did it for me. Like I came home, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm tired of talking to folks.
Yes. I was like, dang, I don't even know what I said. Like, what did I talk? Like, that's the stuff that I don't like. Like, if it's too many people and I can't gather what I've talked about, that'll give me like, that's why I don't like people. That's why I can't, like, I'll start really internalizing, like, I don't like that. So I'm like, no, I need at least 2 to 3 people in a setting where I can be like, okay, I know I said this.
I said,
But when it's too many, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah.
And that'll just terrify me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Did you stay home all weekend like you said you were?
Sure did. Didn't go not one. Well, look, I know Walmart and Amazon and Instacart was tired of me because I kept putting in
orders. Be like, make this girl go somewhere. Target, don't you miss your friend?
Dad. And look, I told Target, I said it kept because I tried to do Target because they had the delivery option, but for like $9.99. And I was like, okay, but what I need from there, I'll pay the $10, whatever. But they kept saying we can't locate your address, so we can't deliver. And I was like, see, y'all messing up. Y'all could have got some coins.
Dang.
But no, I literally stayed home. I didn't even go nowhere Monday. So it worked for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it worked for Nala. You know, I got her outside time in. And see, that's another thing that I have to consider is I don't want her to adapt my principle of being secluded. So I'm like, I have to get around people as well so she can understand people too.
Yeah.
So that's another push.
Yeah.
But that was an interesting topic. I like that.
I
learned something new about both of you guys.
Did you?
Yeah, actually I did. I think a part of it was the mother part. I didn't know y'all talked to y'all moms.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple times.
Every day.
That was Nicole. Like she would talk to her mom. I was like, I am just horrible. It would be weird to
what's worked for you.
That's how I was in college. And I was like, I can't do that. Like it's just uncomfortable.
That's Xavier. That's how he is. And that's how he was in college. Like he could go months. I think he said, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure at one time it was close to a year that he didn't talk to people. Gracious, boy.
I can do about that as far as seeing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, my mom, she, and of course she wants to see Titus. So.
So is that the same with dads, or is it just
no? So my dad, we'll probably talk. No, of course, like in the evenings, in her evening call, he'll be somewhere around and he'll say, hey, that went up for a second.
What do y'all talk about? Sorry, no, I'm just like
everything. Like you know how we go off on tangents. That's how we do. We start off here and then we end.
But every day,
every day, all day.
Yeah. Now I don't. It's not an all day thing for me and my mom, but couple times most days.
Yeah.
And my dad, like, we'll probably talk once a week. Either I'll call him or he'll call me and we'll just chat for about 20 minutes. Like,
so how do y'all know it's an appropriate time to call?
Just call. And if they don't, if I don't answer,
they'll call back.
I'll call back. Or especially mama. Mama will call back to back.
Stop it.
Yes, girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Girl.
Well, hey, whatever. That's sociable. Y'all being sociable.
Yeah. I guess I never thought about it that way.
It's just your comfort.
That's a form of it.
Yeah, it is. That may be why I don't really come on as much for y'all like that,
Because we sometimes I'm like, I'm like, okay, mama, don't call me back no more. I'm doing something.
Look,
I got something to do. Like I gotta work or I gotta get something done. I'd be like, okay, we ain't talking about nothing at this moment. Call me back later. Call me back later. I'll call you back later.
I just give Titus the phone. And I give Titus the phone. And most times either he'll throw it or he'll hang up.
Yeah.
So that's a good little decoy. See, Nala has this thing now where she's asking to call people, and I'm like, Nala, you got to make sure people are available. Like I'm telling her, like you need to make sure people are available.
just call them, Nala. They'll answer. Or if they busy, they'll call you back. Just call them, girl.
And then she'll be like, so one time we did that just out of the blue, and she's like, they don't answer. Call back. And I'm like, look, no. Now you
Nala was turning into one of our mamas.
Now you're making me anxious. I was like, I already done called them unplanned. I can't do this.
Hey Lex, did you catch how? Okay, so I don't know which if y'all have seen this episode, but Kristen said that she gives Titus the phone when she's pretty much tired of talking so that she can hang up. And I said, I just tell my mama, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. Our what the saboteur. Kristen is the people. Kristen is the pleaser.
Yeah.
Hey, mama, I didn't hang up on you.
You
Ty
the
did that.
stickler. Mom, I'm sorry about that.
And Alexis is just avoiding.
I'm avoiding.
I'm avoiding it.
I'm avoiding it. It fits.
Oh man, that was
It
funny.
definitely fits, man.
That is crazy. Didn't even
That
think
is-
about that. Good
that's
pickup.
funny. That's
That
exactly
was
how it
good,
is.
Toya. Good
Yeah.
observation.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
I guess that is it.
That's it.
We
Yeah.
are
All right,
our
guys.
social time is up.
It really
Our
is.
social time is up. Way overdue, y'all.
I ain't got no more water. So it
Especially
really
for
is.
me. Right. I had to go to the office today. So I was up when I came home.
You
I
gotta
was-
stay quiet all day tomorrow.
I'm a look.
I
I
Look.
will
Can't say
because I'll be
nothing.
home.
I was waiting on Toya to be like, "Can we reschedule?" And I would have been like, "Yes."
No, y'all don't know how bad I wanted to, but I was like, nope, because this is the schedule we put in place. I'm gonna just fight my way through
Man.
it.
As
But
soon
y'all
as I
know-
saw
Toya
you
said she-
said you were
she
in
is
the office,
stickler.
I said, "Yes, Toya's gonna be around people she might."
Toya said, "I'm a stickler. We gonna
And
do
I had
this."
to, and we had to do dinner, family dinner tonight.
Oh,
I
God.
was like,
Oh,
man, I
girl.
want to go home and go to sleep.
You done
Oh,
got
my
your
God.
fix for
For a couple of
March
months.
and April.
Man, I was done. I
That
was
is
done. I
funny.
was
That's like one of those that meme that had like don't be afraid to cancel plans with me.
Mhm.
I'll
Get back in the
gladly jump in
bed.
back in this bed. Yep.
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 I'm that person.
The stickler came out of me, and I was just like, nope, we need to stick with this plan because we need to get these
Yeah,
episodes
we did.
out.
We do.
I
need
was
to
like,
do
we need to
this.
get these episodes out and done. So let me not cancel tonight. But y'all know I wanted to. Y'all
Ooh.
know me.
I wanted you to.
Well, even if I wanted you to, I still would have been here. So
Yeah.
Again, we
Right.
working in our sabotage mode.
Yep. Seriously.
oh man.
Oh, that's funny. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. So let us know your thoughts of the episode. Let us know what your thoughts are as far as whatever this episode was about. I have checked out, y'all. Are you
Getting your
sociable?
social fix.
Getting your social fix. Are you sociable? How long do you need a social fix? Whatever it is that we talked about, put that in the comments.
Yes, please.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Real Talk Podcast. That's REALTLK Podcast on Instagram, and let us know your thoughts. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh, listen to the podcast on all major podcast platforms, Apple,
And
Google,
YouTube.
and YouTube. The YouTube page is I'm Just Me, EYMJUSME.
All
And that's it,
right.
guys.
Thank
Bye, y'all.
you.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good day.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris.